So friends, One Piece chapter 1072 is out. In this chapter, we will get to know more about the past of Kuma and Vegapunk, and another member of Rock's Pirates has been introduced to the chapter. Now let's deep dive into chapter and see what is actually going on in this chapter. At the end of chapter 1 we'll talking about few part and quick theories. So chapter title is The Weight of Memories. Next we have the cover page where our three evil mad scientist Vinsmoke, Judge, Caesar, Queen together seems making prototype of what going to be their iconic weapon, what we have seen in the series. Where Judge is making Garuda. Queen mixing together some chemicals. I think he making plague virus. And we have Caesar, it seems that he is holding Smile Devil Fruit. But interesting fact about this devil fruit is, its shape and color doesn't match with Smile Devil Fruit. Either it is failed Smile Devil Fruit or this is a different devil fruit. Chapters start in a very interesting way. Where Vegapunk saying that even if the world doesn't acknowledge her, she was born into this world. She is without a doubt a successful human. It's a big steps towards world peace. So here Vegapunk is talking about certain person. That we are going she her at end of chapter. In the next panel we see Bonnie is still chasing after Vegapunk. But she can't catch up to him. So she turns herself into a kid and try to pretend her bone is broken. Vegapunk does fall for this and he goes over to help her. But here she again turn herself into future self. Where she look kind buff. Here I am kind curious how her devil fruit actually works. Is she capable of turning anyone into different timeline of reality and just pulling out whatever version she wants? Or transform people however she like? In the next panel she again attacks Vegapunk and knocks out some ages out of his stomach in form of sparkling jewels. Here Vegapunk turned into baby that can talk. Later Vegapunk says what that sparkling jewels are my ages. Hey Bonnie, return my ages back. So Bonnie replied, her ability doesn't affect living thing permanently. So her and Shinobu Devil Fruit are kind similar in some way, where her Devil Fruit ability affect living things temporarily. And Shinobu Devil Fruit physically age living beings, though they do not mature mentally. Like she turned Momo into adult. In the next panel Bonnie asking Vegapunk about her father Kuma. Why Vegapunk killed her father Kuma. So here she's got a finally solid confirmation from Vegapunk that he can't restore her father Kuma and that he is truly dead. But here's still Bonnie giving Vegapunk a chance to explain why he did that. So here we are seeing some maturity from Bonnie, that I didn't expected. Here we clearly see from expression of Vegapunk that he is scared of Bonnie. But Vegapunk said he can't tell her the reason why Kuma agreed for his experiment, it will only hurt her. While the two having their conversation we see our Kuma tries to climb up the red line. Vegapunk again says that he promised Kuma that he'd keep this secret from her. No matter what he will not tell to Bonnie. But Bonnie doesn't trust his words and said stop screwing around. But Vegapunk stick to his words that he's telling the truth. No one forced Kuma. It was his decision to give up his life. But Bonnie screams on Vegapunk, it must be lie. Why his beloved father would never leave her alone in this cruel world to live alone. We can feel this from her tear how much painful for her to believe that her father is no more. But here Vegapunk clear that he's also not happy what happened to Kuma. He admired Kuma and for him Kuma was a close personal friend. In the next panel we see Marines are trying to take down Kuma off the red line. They are firing every heavy gun at Kuma but nothing has worked to take our tough Kuma. Here the argument is still going on. Bonnie threw forcefully Vegapunk to ground. Bonnie demands to Vegapunk to split out the truth. She won't accept his half-baked excuses. Later they heard some sound. So Bonnie turned toward sound and Vegapunk expression it seems that he realized from where that sound is coming. Bonnie start walking towards that sound. Here Vegapunk desperately tried to stop her, it has nothing to do with Kuma. But Bonnie dismisses it. We see heavily locked up door with giant paw symbol on that door. She tried to enter but the door is secured with technological lock. Here she uses her devil fruit ability aging the lock and broke into the door. In the room we see a giant paw balloon of energy. Vegapunk also reached the room. It seemed that he is trying to figure out the last time he was here. So here we seeing a flashback of Vegapunk and Kuma. Vegapunk explaining Kuma that a scientist in the West Blue discovered that human body loses 21 gram of mass when he die. So that could be weight of soul. Here Oda has given some real-life experiment reference. Further Vegapunk also explains Kuma's paw fruit ability. He says Kuma's power turns intangible things into something tangible. Here Kuma's devil fruit ability turns things we can't touch or incapable of being perceived by the sense of touch into physically touchable. So here Kuma can transform pain by turning nerve signal into tangible energy that he can push out of body. Vegapunk adds Kuma you should be able to do the same with imagination, thoughts or even memories. So Vegapunk want that Kuma bring out his memories so he can actually do some experiment and find out how much weight and size of human memory. But Kuma doesn't happy about it, it kind embarrassing for him. Vegapunk started begging insisting Kuma that it's for the good of science. And he even promises that no one else will see them. Back to present Bonnie is about to touch the energy. But baby Vegapunk tries to stop her, by claiming that this energy ball is nothing but Kuma's pain. Unfortunately Bonnie seems she is aware of Kuma's devil fruit ability. She tell this isn't pain, this are my father memories. In the Red Line Marines desperately trying to stop Kuma from climbing. Finally they landed a direct hit which knock him off the Great Wall. Later Kuma starts to charges with his paw fruit power. So here scene cut off from Kuma. Oda could have gave Bonnie and Kuma flashback but he didn't. So here we might get some interesting backstory coming up in the future. So scene shifting to Labo phase, where rest of the Straw Hats watching Zoro's fight on the monitor. Nami barely believe how Rob Lucci made it all the way up here. Vegapunk Shaka claims that the system simply malfunction. Usopp isn't much worried about the CP0, he's just happy that Zoro and Brook are still on the Sunny. So Usopp has lots of faith in Zoro, saying that he will not lose. Sanji being skeptical here, it's 2 versus 3, it really depends upon how they fight. But tides have changed entirely, here Seraphims enter into fight, making it as a 2 versus 7. Vegapunk Shaka explain that based on their own intellect, they can make the best decisions for any situation. So here Seraphims have calculated that CP0 needs their help, and that they should just go up there with them. Now seeing the Seraphims have arrived, Lilith and Edison both of them going out, so that they can get back control of Seraphims. And order them to join back towards their side. This will change the situation, it will be 7 versus 3 having Seraphims on Straw Hat's side. We are getting some funny comment getting from Sanji that Moss Head you will die, when the crew is this close to the One Piece. Nami yells at him that hey you dumb, don't just stand there, we are in danger, go and do something. Hearing words from Nami make Sanji into action. But he don't like to save Zoro. Frankie shouts at him to stay focused. Back at Sunny, Zoro and Brook are there. But they seemed kind surprised, seem Kaku. Commenting that what is that devil-looking creature is. Zoro kind embers the guy they're fighting is supposed to be a giraffe. Though Kaku looks different. But Zoro don't give damn attention to Kaku new form. Zoro is convinced that Kaku will end up nothing but corpse. But Kaku going forward challenges Zoro, if you cut me. Zoro is ready to fight. While telling Brook to look after Thousand Sunny. So here Kaku is first person to awaken his devil fruit only in 2 years. He has the same black flames like Rob Lucci. So here Oda Sensei confirms that black flame sign is Zoan fruit awakening. Here he goes in to attack Zoro, but Zoro easily deflects his new attack. And threw him to ground. Zoro says I have enough of you animals back in Wano. I am done with all of you. Moving on, seraphims have made their way up to the lab of Phase. Lucci getting quite worried that Vegapunk will steal them back and loses control from them. So he orders them to destroy entire lab stratum. So here Lucci disobeying the order what he get from higher up. But before seraphims can fully destroy the control system, Stussy coming in and biting Kaku on the neck and knocking down him easily. Lucci frightened turning back and find out it's Stussy who did this Kaku. Stussy having black wing like vampire. Stussy claim that she just put Kaku to sleep and now Lucci you too sleep. We get a more information about Stussy. She is not original Stussy, but a clone of former member of Rock's pirate Miss Buckingham Stussy. So chapter ends here. She is the one Vegapunk is talking about beginning of chapter. So we have learned many things about Stussy in this chapter. But I am still confused with her appearance. Why she has vampires like wings? Is she a Zoan devil fruit user, not a normal Zoan but mythical? Or she is from some different race like King? There is another things about Miss Buckingham Stussy is she originally have the vampire devil fruit, because Vegapunk can copy the devil fruit and gave it to seraphims. We also know that there was a women in Mad's groups. Is original Stussy was part of Mad's group? Was Stussy the only rock pirate Vegapunk cloned? Is Weevil was the first failed clone Vegapunk created? So this chapter is come up with lots of question. So we will get to know all this in upcoming chapter. I am signing out. See you all guys in next video.